Hi, so this is just a quick video to reflect on how things have been going with the diet just this last week over Christmas. We did have a vegan Christmas dinner, which was very interesting, very accommodating here at the resort, and although on Christmas Day there was some confusion, we had our Christmas dinner the next day. Both times though we had a vegan option dinner. But what I wanted to talk about today was more trying to look at what happens in the body with our emotions, no matter what we're eating, and how we can sort of associate what we're eating with our symptoms, but how that's more of an association than maybe a cause. So if you can imagine that the body can only respond literally, it can only have a literal response to a situation, it just adapts immediately. It does what it can do to help us in any given situation, and that's obviously a situation where our body's making a decision based on our perceptions as to what kind of adaptation it needs to make. And it's all about being safe, it's all about being either in stress. Do we need to get to safety? Do we need to evade danger? Or once we're away from danger and we're in a safe situation, can we go into rest and repair? So the body is constantly kind of fluctuating between these states in a constant attempt to achieve balance and harmony, homeostasis. Kind of this pendulum that is swinging needs to kind of come back to this balanced state. And it's not that it doesn't swing, it's not the idea is not to stop it swinging. The idea is, and resilience is, the ability to, if it's swung one way, to actually be able to compensate and safely be able to achieve the balancing, go through the balancing process, let's say. So resilience is the ability to bounce back, it's the ability to cope with however strong the adversity is, however strong the pendulum is pushed in one direction. In part, preventative stress measures are to be able to stop it swinging so drastically out, but at the same time it's that if it is pushed drastically out, that we can manage and bring it back into balance. So the body responds to situations, and there's a stressed baby, it adapts basically. So it's constantly adapting to whatever I perceive to be happening at the time. Now, information is like food to us. We have to digest it, and we even use lots of expressions like, you know, I can't swallow that, I can't digest that, I need to let that go. We talk about food in and use kind of a digestive metaphor all the time. Now, if you imagine that someone is ramming their opinion down my throat, or there is a situation I can't stomach, or I need to hold on to something because I can't quite understand it, I can't break it down, I can't digest it. All of these things, although they're emotional, although they are metaphoric, my body will do its best. If I haven't handled that on a physical level, sorry, on an emotional level, on a mental level, then it gets adapted on a physical level. So if someone's ramming their opinion down my throat and I can't do what I need to do to prevent it, I can't do what I need to do to handle that, I then start to create a conflict. So a conflict is when I have two opposing things that need to happen, two opposing beliefs, I guess, two opposing truths. So I need to stop you ramming your opinion down my throat because it's very bad for me, but at the same time, if I try to stop you forcing your opinion on me, that also could be dangerous. Maybe you'll leave me, maybe something bad will happen. So it is when I'm locked in conflict, my body starts to try to adapt, because no matter how poorly I'm handling a situation and I'm not preventing somebody from forcing their opinions on me, my body knows that these things are bad for me also, so it starts to make a change. So what I'd like you to do is notice specifically what part of your digestive system do you have responding. Do you get issues in your upper stomach, around the kind of, well, the Americans would say duodenum, but the duodenum, and all around the top area, or do you have lower digestive problems? Do you have irritable bowel? Where do you find that you have your digestive issues? Because even if you have an allergy to food or an intolerance to food, it is usually because at the time of a heightened emotional experience, you have been eating a certain food or in a certain situation, and actually that food has been recognized by your body as maybe a potential trigger, or has a potential connection to that heightened emotional state. So something like celiac disease, which is really a gluten intolerance or a gluten allergy, you would usually find that a situation when it's actually about, I can't hold on to this, it's dangerous for me to digest this, so I don't want to know. The situation is so bad that I'd rather kind of push it away and let it go than digest it. So what I need to do is I need to get it out of my system ASAP. I need to get it and let it pass through, remove it, not digest it. Okay, I don't want to digest it, it's too bad, too dangerous for me to know. So people who have had such an experience of some bad news, finding a situation, something bad happening to them where it's too dangerous to digest that information and to actually come to terms with that, then they need to let it go, get rid of it as quickly as possible. And anything in the system at the time, such as bread or something that has a gluten in it, then the body just makes a snapshot about what's in the outer environment and the inner environment. And if we've been eating a particular thing and it's in our system, the body just says, could be that, could be anything to do with it, get rid of it, all of it. So on the other hand, if you get severe constipation, for example, which I used to have when I was a teenager, that's more about holding on. That's like, I can't let go of this. I don't get this, I don't understand this, but there's an element of anger in it. I can't understand why you don't understand me, why you don't do this, or why you do this, or why this situation is happening, and I just can't let it go. I need to understand it, and I need to hold on to it until I understand it. So I'm kind of angry, but I can't let it go. Okay, so if you think about, what is my body trying to digest? Oh, I've got ants crawling up my leg. What is it that my body is trying to do, and how is my body trying to help me do it? And notice what you may be eating or not eating at the time that may be associated with that. So do you have an association with a certain food? Do you have an association with a certain meal or time of the day even? Okay. What happens when you drink or eat the food that you have an intolerance to? What is the response that your body has? What does it want you to do? Does it want to get rid of it? Does it want to hold on to it? How has that food become associated with your emotional state? So how are your symptoms connected to your emotional state? Okay, so it's time for me to go. I'm in this hammock here with a selfie stick, trying not to rock it. I hope it's been okay, and you can hear the catamaran coming in behind. We're about to move on from Daydream Island up to Hamilton Island and fly back down to Sydney. Just as a little extra, been talking about being a vegan, and we're about to leave and go and stay with friends for the new year who own a cattle farm. So stay tuned if you want to know what it feels like and what's going through my mind when we stay with these very wonderful, very special friends on their cattle farm. A vegan on a cattle farm, it's going to be interesting. Okay, so bye.